Thank you, everyone, for coming out to Rodney's Achieve Community conference call with my good friend, Michael Chitty, and I believe I'll probably have a couple other people chiming in with us on these calls, Eric Peoples, possibly Don Newman, just depends on their schedules. But this is our weekly update with the Achieve Community, just getting people information as much as we can. But we have a special guest this evening, one of the owners of the Achieve Community. Christy Johnson is with us tonight, and Christy is going to actually start the call. She wants to talk about a few things, and I think you guys would be pretty interested to hear. And then Christy's not going to stick around. She, of course, is an extremely busy person, but we'll touch on some other things as the call continues. But Christy may listen in for a little bit. Christy, welcome.
Thank you, Rodney. Nice to be here. Hello, Achieve Community. Are you ready for me to get going? Okay. I wanted to come onto this call just to share and remind our community of what Achieve is all about, really, why we got started, why we're here, and what our purpose is, what we see for our futures by being members of Achieve Community. Troy and I started this company because when we looked around at our industry, what we kept seeing were lots of failed companies. I know most of you have been in them too. We've all been in them. They look good, they sound good, we think they're going to be fantastic, and we get involved and we don't make money, or we don't make much money, or they disappear, or they end up not being what we thought they were. I happen to believe that it is absolutely possible to live your life in possibility all the time. I think that's what life is. It's possibility and choices. And I looked around and I saw very little possibility in our industry. And I talked to Troy. I said, let's start something ourselves. I still believe that it's possible for everyone in this industry to make money and do it ourselves and create something that works for everyone, that doesn't leave 97% of the people out in the cold while a few people make money. I believe it's possible. And I started thinking about what worked in certain companies and what didn't work in certain companies. And I got rid of everything that didn't work, and I kept everything that did work. And it eventually came to me that we could design a matrix that made it possible for all people to make the same money no matter what they did or didn't do by creating a community and helping each other. And that's what Achieve is, and that's what our matrix does. And when I looked at the possibility of doing this program, the other possibility I saw was what was available to all our members if they joined us and we did this. Here's what I see. When people do not have to worry about money, the choices they make are amazing. They do absolutely incredible things in this world. I want you all to think for a minute. If you just did not have to worry about money at all, what is it you would really like to do? What would you be spending your time with? Who would you be spending your time with? What difference would you want to make in the world? And I'm going to guess that every single one of you is thinking of something positive that you could do, something you could build, something amazing that you could make happen for yourself and for the people that you care about. Every time I asked people what they would be doing if money wasn't an issue, it is something amazing. It's never destructive. It's never negative. It never depresses them. It always brings them up and makes them happy. And that's what we're here for. We're here so you absolutely, positively can have that life. And I further believe that in that possibility, when we're all doing that, we change our world. And that's my purpose, to change our world for the better for everyone. That's pretty much it. That's what Achieve is about. That's what the Achieve community is about. That's what you're really here for. Whatever it takes, however we have to do it, that's what we're making happen. All those details, all of that information that I share with you about how we're going to do this and what it's going to take, that's my job. Your job is to stand in this possibility with me. Join this community, help each other, create that world that is possible through the Achieve community. That's what we want to do. We're back moving again. We're running. Our matrix is always moving. It's always moving. When we're going, it is always moving. And that's what's happening. People are going through the matrix all the time, making money. And this is going to change our world. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm here for. And that's what I'm sharing with you tonight, because I want you to be in that place with me. I know you're amazing people. I know you're going to do amazing things. I know that's what's possible for all of us. And I want you to be there with me. Thank you all. Okay, Rodney, that's me done.
Okay.
Wow. That was powerful, Christy. Very powerful. And I believe in it.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to turn the call over to you all. Take care of my people out there.
Oh,
okay,
sure will.
Okay, Michael. All right. Talk to you later, Chief Community. Thank you.
Take care,
Bye.
Christy. Thank you.
Well, hey, guys, the call doesn't end here, of course. I know that there's a lot of people out there that would like to comment about what Christy talked about. I know that some of you are looking, for more information as far as what's going on with Achieve. Today is December the 10th. I don't think I mentioned that at the beginning of the conference call, so for people who listen to the recording. But, there's a lot going on. Every time that I've talked to Christy, we are always moving in a forward direction, never backwards, never looking back. We constantly want to keep possibility alive. Everything that I keep getting from Christy is that I know many of you probably have not spoken with Christy. It's probably maybe in the first time that you've talked or listened to her. But Christy exudes confidence. She is just, besides being probably one of the most intelligent people I've ever met, she's extremely humble, and she just exudes confidence. I mean, there's so many times where I've contacted her with many of your fears, many of your concerns and worries about Achieve, whether it was minutes ago or whether it was weeks ago, and I've had to address it. And she likes that I bring that to her, so she then can say, "It's okay, Rodney. It's okay. Everything will be fine." And she, of course, gives me some insight that she doesn't give other people. And I guess that's where I feel that this is the role that God put me in, is to be able to communicate to everybody in the videos that I've brought out. Michael Chitty, who's on the call, Michael does the same thing, and we have just a wealth of great administrators. But Christy is just such a magnificent person, and I was talking with Eric the other day about this, and Eric, feel free to chime in. But, I've been in so many different multi-level marketing companies, like many of you. I've never met such an amazing leader. It's kind of like when they say when you're going to war, and if you were in a firefight, if you're out there battling, who would you want in the trenches with you? Who would you want to be like your general, that leader? She's that person. She's the person that you don't have to sit and worry, am I being taken advantage of? Are they going to run and hide? Are they going to cower down? Are they, do they have enough do they have enough in their tank to be able to withstand the blows? Do they have enough to be able to make something successful and to continue to move forward? She's that type of leader. So if you watched my last video, one of the things that I think is extremely important is that to get everybody to understand that you are Achieve. And I'm not saying this like, I'm up on a horse and I'm rallying the troops, we're getting ready to go into war or anything, but this is our community. And each one of you needs to take ownership, not that you haven't, but this is the time where you guys are at the forefront of something extremely profound. This is what Christy has created is something that nobody else has been able to create as far as I've ever known. And like I said, I've been in this industry. I've asked other people, and they're like, no, we've seen something that's kind of similar. But the way that this network marketing company, which is not a multi-level marketing company, it's linear. We don't have any particular stake except for the money that we put in to purchase a position. And, it's amazing about how she has structured this company. Again, it says something about her. She makes money just like the rest of us. And everything that I've ever seen from Christy, from the posts that she has put out on the blog site to the videos that she's made, just everything about Achieve, if you've noticed, if you really, think about it, pray about it, whatever, you can see that there's no BS, okay? It's just straightforward, absolute unselfish love, because the way that she structured this company is that we all win. There is no hierarchy. There is no MLM because it's not multi-level. We all are working together. We're not working against each other, and we're not trying to prop anybody else up. So when you purchase more and repurchase more, you're helping the community. And that's what everybody needs to get. When we get this payout processor, and it starts allowing each of us to repurchase, man, watch out, because this thing is just going to blow wide open, just as we were when we left this temporarily. And when this thing gets going, it's going to be absolutely amazing, just like it was. We were on Steve Winwood. It was like back in the highlights again is what it will be. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And for you who are just getting in, just finding out about this, strap yourself in. It's going to be the most amazing ride. And with that said, I know that Mike or Eric or, feel free to chime in and, talk about what Achieve is for you and maybe what you've been seeing and noticing compared to maybe the other things that you've noticed since you've been in this industry.
I mean, I can definitely, first off, I think that was very clear and concise what Christy was talking about there. It's almost like she's sharing a piece of her soul with you. A piece of, just her vision, and she wants us all to be a part of it. And with the Achieve community, we can be. I mean, this is something that, it's a long-term, lifestyle opportunity that we have. It's not a fly-by-night thing. It's not something that you may have seen before where it's like, hey, get in, make $1 million, and then you get burned 2 weeks after you jump on, something like that. It's nothing like that. That's not the attitude. That's not the atmosphere created by any of the Achieve members, by myself, by Rodney. That's not what we do here. And one of the great things I thought that Rodney brought up at the beginning, which I've also done as well, is that when I had first read up on the Achieve community, I was, my mind was clouded with a little doubt because I've been burned in the past by other MLMs and other programs before that have hurt you, that you've wasted money on, and then you feel like, darn it, I'm back to square one. One of the first people I actually contacted was Rodney Blackburn himself, and me and Rodney had a very long call initially. And we talked about a whole mess of things. Now he turns out to be one of my really great friends, you know, that I'm talking with every week, and you know, we're always kind of running things by each other, and that's a great relationship. But a lot of these things, you know, the concerns that you may have or the concerns that you've had in the past, me and Rodney have already gone to Troy, to Christy, and said, hey, but what about this? Or hey, if this happens, then that. Or, you know, so like we've kind of already done all that. And the fact that we're sitting here, we're hosting these calls, you know, nobody's paying us to host these calls. We're doing this because we want everybody to be a part of this great team, this great community that is being built up here. And Rodney is absolutely right. When they turn this sucker back on, watch out, guys. Hold on to your hats because, you know, we're going to be moving again. And, you know, before you know it, you know, you're going to be getting those daily updates and you're going to see we're paying out this or we're paying out that. And it is going to be a very exciting ride to be on. So my suggestion to you right now is if you're on this call and you're one of the people who's on the fence and you're kind of thinking, you know, I don't know if I want to risk it or I want to do nothing, get yourself one position, all right? It's a night out. It's a dinner and a movie. You know what? Skip a dinner and a movie. Get one position and just see what happens. I started with one position when this company launched. You know, now I'm up to 100, and I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm just trying to let you know that's where I came from. I came from one with belief, faith, and positive thinking in my mind, and that's what this community is about. You know, and Rodney can tell you a similar story about how he jumped on, how he started out, and if you've seen any of his videos, he has told you that story. So, you know, the main thing here, guys, is, you know, be positive. Understand that this is a community based on longevity and lifestyle changes. This isn't an overnight, you know, become a millionaire, get rich quick scheme. That's not what we're trying to foster. That's not the attitude we have here. What we have here is really this beautiful thing where we're going to have this trust together. You know, we're helping each other out, and we're building this community together. And I want you to be a part of the community, just like Rodney does, just like Eric does. And that's how we can go about this, is just jumping on together, having that faith, having that goodwill towards each other. And, you know, Christy had said something before as well. When you're making, you know, the money you need, when you take the stress of the income out of the situation, 99% of people are going to want to do something good for somebody else. And that's really at the core of what the Achieve community is, all right? Let's build this together, and then let's go out and do great things for people. Let's build great things. Let's build churches. Let's build, you know, whatever you want. Let's, you know, take care of your family, pay off student loans, all that stuff that's stressing out the rest of your family and friends. Take care of it. Get rid of it. And that's the opportunity that we all kind of look up towards and go, gee, you know, I wish I could do this, or I wish I could do that. And the Achieve community could be your first step in that direction. So if you're thinking about jumping in, or you're not in yet, or if you've only got one position, or whatever the deal is, one position is enough to start with. You don't need to break the bank. You know, just start from there. And I don't know, Eric, I don't know if you're on yet, or if you want to chime in, or Rodney, if we got anybody else on.
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good, buddy.
Okay. Listen, there's no way I can follow you two guys. And I'm not going to be redundant on what you guys have already shared, because I think you guys have shared everything that you know, mirrors what I've experienced. But I will tell you my short little story, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there will be able to relate, is that, you know, when I first started my venture online, you know, I was looking, and when you look online, there's a lot of pretty, shiny, glorious things that are promising you all the monies in the world in a very short period of time. And when you're first venturing out in something like this, and you've never experienced it, or you've not gone through the hard knocks, everything's going to look good. And you're going to think, man, I have struck gold. And then when you find out that you join these groups and you join a sponsor or whatnot, and they promise you the world, and then the next thing after you pay your money, you pay your auto ship, and they promise you that they're going to work with you, and they're going to get you sign-ups and spillover and all those other MLM terms, you know, your eyes are wide open. And so you'll open your pocketbook and you'll spend and you'll spend. And when you get disappointed in one, and then the next shiny object out there that they're going to promise you this, And a lot of you guys can relate to this story. I know it. There's a lot of pain out there. That's why this membership has grown as fast as it has, because you guys have experienced everything that myself, Michael, Rodney has experienced, because you've gone down that road. So you're not to use the word desperate, but you're really in pain for finding something that will actually work, that you can actually put your money into and count on the fact that the administrator is going to be there, the program is going to be there, it says what it does what it says it's going to do, and not just take your money to where you're hopping all over the place. So, so I just want to just emphasize that, guys, this is the real deal. When I first came into this, I came through and I met Rodney. That's about 8 months ago. And we had a heart-to-heart conversation, and we really talked about the pain that we both have experienced. A lot of you guys will be able to relate to. And I actually got on the phone with Troy, and I got on the phone with Christy. I talked to both of them. And I tell you, when I got off the phone, I had such a feeling of relief that I had found a home that you wouldn't believe it. And I know some of you guys may be new, so you guys aren't as privy to some of the information and actually being able to talk to talk to Christy and talk to Troy about their fears and everything. But I'm telling you, we have, and this is home. So all you got to do is make sure you look at this, take a chance. We're not selling you lotions and potions and snake oil. We're selling you the possibility of what you can achieve in your life and help your family and friends and other people that you don't even know. So take the chance if you haven't, and if you have, man, welcome home.
Thanks, Eric. We're going to get to some questions here in just a bit. Eric, I'm going to mute you because you're getting an echo from your phone. Guys, before we get into the Q&A, because I know many of you may have some questions, and then a lot of you just may have some comments, but for a lot of new people out there, I just want to just reiterate what Achieve is about. Achieve is about changing the lives of people, making financial independence, and how that's done is it's really simple. And it's so simple it seems too good to be true. But I can honestly say that there are many people that I know, including my father, for the first time, just now started getting paid in Achieve. And so he and my mother-in-law are extremely excited now, and they're just getting started. But I've had several friends here personally that I know, and several more that I keep waiting for them to get paid also, which will happen very soon. In a short period of time, I made over $16,000. My next cycle, which will pay out differently because of what we were able to purchase before the new processing system got adjusted. But, I'm going to get paid on 221 positions here probably within, 60 days or less. And, it's just it's a blessing. I started off buying $400 in positions, and I'm just amazed about every day when I see what has been accomplished. So it's just, I don't know. I can't say enough. I mean, it's such a simple program. You buy a position for $50, you make $400. There's no investing. There's no recruiting. You don't have to bring anybody in. It's a total. If you've ever played team sports, worked in groups, everything is a team concept. It seems like anymore. Being in this industry, you would think that we would work more in teams, and you start to see a lot of that. People do team builds, co-ops, those types of things. But we see that more and more. And with Achieve, it's so simple. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just buy the positions, turn around at, however you want to do your repurchasing. I was more aggressive because if I was going to do it, I was going to be aggressive. I have held back some of my money, as like some of you, but it really is this simple. There's nothing complicated. It's not the Wizard of Oz. Somebody's going to pull back the curtain. There's so many people, that just truly believe in Achieve. And it's such a very, 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 very small percentage of people who don't believe that this is going to work. People are in Achieve and are staying in Achieve because they know that it's going to work. They want financial independence. We all want financial independence, and that's what we're getting each and every day from Achieve. And you'll start to see that as the months progress. So with that being said, I'm going to jump into the calls here because I know many of you probably would like to, say something about what Christy talked about today or what we've been talking about. As far as updates, really quick, we don't really have anything. I know Christy was hoping to bring out and has been hoping to get the new payout processor up and running. It has not happened yet. It should be happening this week from what she has communicated. As far as those who are still having some complications as far as just purchasing, all that information has been put out on the blog site. If you don't know what the blog site is, I'm getting ready to give it to you, so get a pen and paper. The blog site is achieveupdates.blogspot.com. That's achieveupdates.blogspot.com. And if you want to get in on Facebook and find us, you can just go to the Achieve community. It's the official marketing page. It's one that says official Facebook group for Achieve. That's the one you want to look for. If you're wondering about myself or Eric or Michael, the people that I bring on here, our marketing team, which also is a big support system for the Achieve community, as well as other multi-level marketing and network marketing companies. But, we are proud to support the Achieve community just because of what we've been able to do. Legendary Income Solutions team, which was created by my great friend that I met, Adam Perrin, he is just absolutely amazing. And we have over 2,000 people within our marketing team that is supporting Achieve. So that's just our little part of the 13,000 people who are in Achieve. But if you would like to be a part of that and help promote the Achieve community in the right way, the way that Christy wants it done, just get in touch with us. You can look up Legendary Income Solutions team, and you can be a part of what we're doing and promoting Achieve. With that being said, I think there's a lot of people out there. Since there was over 500 people in the call, I think you guys have some questions, possibly some comments. So we're going to open this up.
All right, let's do it.
If you have a question or you have a comment, feel free to do so now. You just have to hit *6 on your phone, and it will put you in our queue. And we're going to go until 10 o'clock at the latest, so we have 30 minutes to do this. The lines are filling up quick, so jump right in. And so I'm just going to call you guys out by your area code, and it should prompt you when I click on the button here. And feel free to ask the question to myself or Eric or Michael, or just in general to all of us. Here we go. Area code 615.
Yes, my name is Francis, and I am wondering if you can put your husband in as a separate, in separate spots. Can you do that? And I have another question after that.
Go ahead, Michael.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you had said, Francis. Can you put your what in?
Yes, I said, can you put your husband in as another?
You can really, what I've read through, and like Rodney had said before, achieveupdates.blogspot.com. You'll see a lot of the kind of the fine print that Christy will put out there. You can definitely put your husband in, but the thing is you're going to want your husband to use his own credit or debit card, and that's got to be Visa or MasterCard. So that's really how you want to do it. If you were to say try and put him underneath in your own account, that's not going to work out for you. But if he was to put it in under himself, he'd be fine. Yeah.
Okay. Now the next question is there a 1099 for people who are on disability and can't, place themselves in a position?
As far as I understand, just like any online business, you're going to have a 1099 miscellaneous.
Okay. What's the difference?
I don't know. We really can't take any sort of tax questions on here because we're not in with tax professionals, and I can get in trouble for that.
Yeah. Okay. So how would I find out?
You can probably go to irs.gov and check out that 1099 miscellaneous form and see if that's going to meet your needs. I would start there, definitely.
Okay. Now, and the next thing is, do you think when you all get the processor up, do you think that it's going to be like Katie bar the door? Do you think that people are going to be flooding in?
People are already flooding through the doors. They have been for the past week. So, we've gone from 9,000 to over 13,000 members as far as I understand. What you will see is there are still some people possibly on the fence out there, just waiting to see if Achieve can bounce back from this little lull that has occurred. And once that happens, the dam is going to break, and there is literally going to be thousands of people who are going to be coming into Achieve. It's just, everybody has their concerns and fears that are out there, and, rightfully so. Because so many of us throughout our lives, things haven't worked out the way we've anticipated them or have been burned and so forth. Not to play a victim, but it's happened, so people are cautious. But
now, I heard you say if it works out. Now, are we not sure that the processor will work out?
I didn't say. I said something like that.
I thought you said if. I'm sorry if I misunderstood. But
no, the processor is going to work out. Achieve is working out. Everything will be just fine.
Okay. And if we recommend anybody, is it necessary that we tell them that, send them through our site, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter because it's not a multi-level marketing company.
Okay. That answers all my questions. Thank you, sir.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, the thing with and please understand that. I'm glad that she, made that. People, it doesn't matter where you start off in Achieve. If somebody has, an advertisement or somebody's promoted Achieve in some way, everybody signs up at the same website because it's not multi-level marketing. You're not signing up underneath anybody. There's no recruiting in this. So when you sign up, you're just signing up with yourself. You're getting in line like everybody else. It's linear. Okay? So if you can imagine that you're waiting in line, okay, to get into this building. And, so once you're in, you start cycling, okay. Once you hit level 1, all those positions, you make your $100. Once you get to level 2 in the building, then you've made another $100. Once you get to level 3, you've made an additional $200, $400 total, and then you exit out that position. Everybody just comes in. Everybody is helping each other. But there's nobody, harming anybody else. There's nobody. We're just pushing each other along. That's it. So when you make your money, which like what I did, when I put in $200, I turned around, and I was with that $200. I had 4 positions. Well, those 4 positions times 400 made me $1,600. So I turned around and I took all $1,600 and I bought 32 positions with it. And then the other $200 that I spent, right before Achieve launched, okay, and those came due. And I turned around and I did the exact same thing. I think I held out maybe a couple $100 or something like that. But, for the most part, I put my money back in. And that's what a lot of people are doing. Everybody has a different repurchasing, what they want to do. Sorry, I'm rambling again. Let's get to the next caller. Area code 504.
Hi, this is Helen in Louisiana. Could you quote the blog address you had given out earlier?
Yeah, it's Achieve Updates. Updates is plural. That's all one word. Achieve Updates.
Okay.
Blogspot.com.
Spot is what I missed. Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Okay, area code 702.
Hi. Yes, my question is about the cycling. I'm just wondering, they're saying that the doors are blowing off and everything, and before we paused, we were processing several days per day, and now we've been on the 12th, which is actually where we were before the pause. We were paying out on the 11th and 12th, and now 9 days after startup, we're just paying out on the 13th. So I'm wondering if you can give us any idea of why it's taking 9 days to do one day, and is it going to take even longer than that? And or can we be optimistic that time is going to shorten very quickly here?
Well, it's definitely going to shorten because there's one element that we've been missing. That's the repurchasing. If I initially come in for one position of $50, and then I turn around and, if everybody's coming in, they're putting in whatever they could afford, whether it's one position or 100 positions, okay? So if I come in with one position and I make $400, most people, when they're making their $400 off that first position, they're turning around and putting at least 4 times the original amount that they put in. Some people are putting it all back in. Well, when you see that exponentially growing, so when I took and I made that money, I stuck $1,600 worth or 32 positions I purchased to get back in. Well, when you see other people starting to do that, it's the repurchasing because there's 4 times or more on average, at least from my perspective, of what people are putting back into the program. They want to make more money. When that happens, sorry, Eric was unmuted. When that happens, then it speeds everything back up. And what's really amazing is that, when I'm able to, when I get paid again, so I'm going to literally take as much as I can, depending on the limits that we have right now. If it was today, it would be $9,000 or 180 positions. Well, when it's not just me, but there's other people, whether it's Michael, Eric, Jerry Cousins. I mean, there's many people out there who want to put as much as they can back into this, and then that speeds everything back up.
Right. And I don't mean to interrupt. I do understand. That's the same thing that I did. I went back in 100%. So I understand that, and that's a very good response, and I appreciate that. I just have one follow-up, and that is we jumped from about 9,000 members to, do we have pretty close to 13,000 now since we started back up?
I believe it's a little bit over now.
So, shouldn't that in itself, those people, their limit is how much per week? If you say it's been about a week, if we say it's been about a week, their limit is, I forget, what is it, up to 5,000 a week that they can put in? And certainly everybody's not going to do that, but just with those, 4,000 new members in a week alone, even if nobody was repurchasing and it was just those new members and they only just bought one position each, shouldn't we be cycling faster than 1 day in 9 days, just with those numbers alone?
Yes, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Which nobody has the answer to this except for one person. Do you understand the 3-part algorithm?
I'm sorry?
Do you understand Christy's algorithm?
No, if I did, I wouldn't have needed to ask that question because I would know why Why?
So the only person that can answer that question is Christy, and I'm not trying to be mean or sarcastic, but nobody can answer that question except for her, because she's the only one that knows how this works. That's
just
all.
One more question then. One more question. The processor was supposed to be up Tuesday, and there hasn't been a mention of that in the updates since then. And I kind of feel a little bit, I mean, I love the community. I do not want to, I will remain a part of this community. I'm so thankful for this community. And I'm frustrated because we're just not getting details lately. And I feel like I asked a question on the group, Facebook group, and nobody said anything to me. They just blocked me. And so I feel like unless I'm a sycophant and I'm just there to cheerleader, you know, I can't open my mouth.
Well, and quite honestly, you know, you have a right to ask your question, and your questions are the same questions that everybody else is asking. So if you have a question, just ask it.
Well,
yeah,
somebody removed me from the Facebook group. Didn't even bother to say anything to me. Nobody knows who it was, and I'm not on the Facebook group, so I can't follow it or ask questions anymore because I asked a question. So. I don't know what.
Would you like to ask your question now?
Well, I mean, I have a lot of questions, and I don't feel like I want to take up everybody's time asking a whole bunch of questions, but I would love to be able to ask questions on the Facebook group, you know, when we're off this call.
Well, yeah, I'm not one of the administrators. I'm just a person that makes videos, and I know Christy and Phil.
Is there any accountability? Is there any accountability with all the admin that they've added? Because it seems a bit capricious. They just, you know, do what they feel like with no apparent structure or rules on that site.
Well, that's a comment, and so I'd rather just stick to as positive as we can. I understand what you're saying. I understand it's frustrating, but you got to also understand is that. They're not in your shoes and you're not in their shoes. And their shoes are very difficult sometimes because they've been berated. They've had people who attack Achieve. And so anything that seems close to that I guess maybe their snap reaction is to, you know, just to ban somebody. And again, I'm not near the conversation, and I don't want to continue this conversation. I'd rather just answer a question that is pertaining to, you know, Achieve and maybe what we can do. I can't control what the admin do, but your comment is definitely noted. And, you know, because there are admin listening to the call. So
this would be my last question then. Who do we talk to when admin is being capricious? Where do we go from there to file a grievance or whatever to say, hey, I asked a question and somebody didn't like it, so they, you know, unceremoniously booted me.
Well, what I suggest is that when here very soon, you know, if you, you know, what you can do is if you have a question, you can join Legendary Income Solutions team, our marketing team. We'll be glad to answer your question there. You can find us on Facebook. You know, like I said, as long as it's respectful. And, you know, we don't have any problem answering anybody's questions. And so you'll get all the updates through the blog or the website. You know, I'll be glad to provide as much information as I can, and Michael will do the best he can with our videos. But mainly that's where you're going to get your information. As long as whatever is being put out onto the blog site, that's the information basically that you're going to get because that's coming straight from the owner's mouth. And so sometimes to ask other questions, even with me, I contact Christy and she says, I'm sorry, Rodney, but I'm not going to address that. And I understand why she doesn't want to address certain things. And so the admin aren't going to do so either. So you know, so it's not just you. And I'm not saying that, you know, but you get my point. So I would suggest if you want, you know, there's other things out there that you can get that, and mainly you're going to get it from that Achieve blog spot. But pretty soon there's going to be a forum, and it's going to have more information on there as far as what's going on. But the biggest thing that we need to focus on, and I'm going to move on to the next caller, is just focus on when everybody starts getting paid, nobody's going to sit and worry about what happened here and what happened there. And I'm not taking anything away from the last caller. But, everybody has concerns. Everybody has fears. And, guys, you're just going to have to get over them. And I understand that maybe the person who was the admin who maybe did whatever he or she did, and I've heard these stories where people are getting kicked out. But, you have to be delicate in your approach and in your communication, because believe me, it can come across pretty rude sometimes. Believe me, I get people all the time between my YouTube videos or commenting to me, and we just have to be very respectful of each person's position and putting ourselves in the other person's shoes, including the admin. Admin have some empathy and understanding for the people that are out there, because they are, for the most part, just concerned, have questions. So,
very true.
Michael, you can take the next couple.
Sure.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. What can we do for you?
This is DJ calling out of Baltimore, Maryland.
How you doing, DJ?
I'm doing great. All right, I'm not going to take up a lot of the time on the call. A lot of my questions were answered. I just wanted to say hi to Christy, hi to Troy. Thanks for the amazing job that they're doing, speeding up, the program, Achieve Community. I got in actually October the 31st, and I heard about it from a friend, and it's just, I've been sharing it with everybody, and to a lot of people that are excited. My main question was about the payment processor. When the payment processor comes back on, the lady that had asked a question earlier, she said how I guess it'll speed up the repurchasing. Is that true? Because I think it's in September, like September the 13th. So being that downtime was in November, when they add the payment processor back on, will it speed up the process? That was my main question.
And it's a good question to come with. And what I can tell you, based off, once again, if you check out the Chiefs community at boxstop.com, when the processor comes live again, the system's going to feel more complete. The community is going to feel more complete for a lot of people. And in my personal opinion, I think that's when you will definitely see a lot more movement. It could be very explosive movement. We're really going to have to wait till, they turn everything on and see exactly how that moves forward. But as far as, coming at it from a place where, we've all seen what this community can do when it's up and running and in full swing, I'm not doubting it at all. I think as soon as, we see everything go live like that, all of a sudden you're going to see this movement, and then we're going to be able to kind of, take it on from there and see what goes next. But I do think, hanging tight there for the next, I think it's going to be a few days. Hopefully we'll hear some news tonight, tomorrow, something like that. And, when we get the processes all online and everybody's feeling, ready to go again, it's going to pop, and we're all going to love it. That's for sure.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for answering my questions. And kudos to Rodney. I love your YouTube videos. I always watch the YouTube videos. So, but thank you guys for the amazing job that y'all doing.
Absolutely, man. Hey, thanks for your question, and God bless. Take care, brother.
All right, God bless you.
Thanks, DJ. 347, go ahead.
Hello. Yes, my name is Winston, and I just recently joined. I'm excited about being involved in this, and I want to be in this for a long time. But my problem that I'm having is that I have sent out a communications to Mr. Barnes requesting my back office ID, and communications was sent back to me saying that I don't have a paid position when I have a receipt and confirmation of this position.
I mean, that, Winston, that sounds like something, you know, and I know Troy's been dealing with some personal stuff recently in his life. Did you reach out to the support center at all?
Well, I did that this evening, and
Okay.
I sent the email with the copy of the receipt and confirmation to the achievecommunity@gmail.com.
Okay, and you just sent that out this evening?
Yes, I did.
All right, I would say I would give it maybe 24, 48 hours just to come back to you. If you don't hear anything, definitely look for me. I mean, you can look for me, you can look for Rodney. Get in touch with me, and then I'll try talking to some people on the back end. We'll see if we can help you out. I'm Mike Chitty. So
Mike
you'll
Chitty?
see me. I'm on the Achieve Update forum or the Facebook group or through Legendary Income Solutions team, or you can just look up Achieve Community Updates, and my name's one of the first ones going to pop up. It's about 3 or 4 different ways to get
Okay,
a hold of me.
because don't get me wrong. I mean, I only purchased one position, and I'm excited because hey, this is a lifelong thing, and
Yep.
I see this, you know, blowing up.
Oh no, for sure. I agree with you.
If you don't take those words literally, but you know,
yeah.
But I see this opening up wide, very wide, and I want to be a part of this, and I don't want to stop being a part of this. So I want to get in. I thought I did get in by purchasing a position, but then I'm being told I don't have a paid position. So
I mean,
that's kind of making me fall back.
Right, right, and no, that's understandable. You know, but you got to remember, I mean, a lot of people have been jumping on the bandwagon in the last week, so they just might, you know, support might just be a little bogged down with tickets right now. So I would say if you can give them the benefit of the doubt for another day or two, let's see if they get your question answered.
But the reason why I'm asking, reason why I'm asking is because Christy put in the update that everybody received their back office IDs, and I didn't get mine.
You didn't get yours yet.
What she has communicated, sir, is that they're bogged down. They've had a tremendous amount of people coming in, and there's been several issues that people have been, as far as payment, and so they're correcting this. But there has been a lot of tickets, and the support, group that's taking all these, situations like yourself, and they're trying to get to them as fast as possible. Sometimes they're going to take maybe 2 or 3 days for them to get around to taking care of that. So if you have a specific question like, or a concern like that, then you need to go to the support ticket and, like you did, and it'll get addressed. It will. Trust me. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
So.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we're glad to have you with us, Winston. Take care.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, area 434.
Yes. Hi, Troy, and the rest of you guys. This is Janice Lowe.
Troy's not on the call, ma'am. It's Rodney and Michael.
Sorry. But anyway, I've been sitting here listening, and this is the first time I've really joined in to say anything. But I wanted to tell people a little bit. I got started with this when they first started, before they opened up. And I have received some money. And I'm going to tell you what a blessing that is. I have, my husband and I have been married 53 years. My husband is 86 years old. He was in the hospital for a full year and 6 months in a nursing home. And it took every penny of money that we had and could get together just to be able to pay those bills and live. For 4 years we haven't been living. We've been existing. We do not have enough money to pay our bills, to buy medicine, food, gas. And for me, it has ended up causing me to have a heart ailment. But you know something? God is so faithful to us. I'm not worried about anything that has to do with Achieve, because I believe in the people, and I know that this is my answer, and it probably is a lot of other people's answers, because I have nowhere to go. and I couldn't get this kind of return on my money even if I could. So I'm not going to complain. I'm going to sit and I'm going to wait, and I'm going to pray and thank God for the people that's worked on this and has brought me some type of solution.
Well, that's very inspiring. I hope everything works out, with your husband and what you're going through right now. And I think your attitude is absolutely fantastic. You are exactly the type of person that the Achieve community is built around and for. Just like the rest of us, keep it positive. You and your family will be in my thoughts and prayers. God bless you, and I hope everything works out.
Thank you so much.
Area code 407.
Yeah, I was just curious. I was noticing that before the shutdown, I could use my Visa card, but now that we've reopened, I can only use my MasterCard. Is there a reason behind that you know of, or have you heard of anything of that sort?
That's also been addressed on the comments on the blog spot. If you go back through, it'll kind of give some details. A lot of it, for most of the issues, are that people don't realize that there's been the information that you're putting on the website and the information that's on the card sometimes is not equaling. It could be that you're missing something when you're putting the information in. Maybe you're not going all the way through when you're filling it out. It could be a number of different things. So I'm not sure if it's that particular card. There may be a block on that card based off of the bank that is with that particular card. It's a number of different things. So I would suggest to read up on the blog spot if you haven't already, just to make certain of that. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not a stop everything problem, because I can switch right to my MasterCard. But this was a Visa debit card, which I kind of enjoy just using my debit card, have the money come directly out of my bank account. But anyway, I can live through that. The other question I have is when we get to a date, like right now it's September 13th, does that mean that everybody on the date before that has been paid when we get to the next date? Or is there, because I don't really understand how this works. I don't think anybody really does. But
everything is time stamped. When you purchase a position, it's time stamped along with everybody else. That's why I said it's linear. So whenever you make your purchase, whether you're purchasing one position or you're purchasing 1,000 positions, each one of those is time stamped. So then the next person who purchases behind you, of course, is then at a later time. And so everybody's getting in line. Nobody jumps over anybody, goes around anybody. There's no favoritism. I don't get to go ahead of you just because I want to purchase 1,000 positions versus your one position. Somebody even asked the question like, well, what if some millionaire comes in here and wants to buy, 100,000 positions? I'm like, well, then that just pushed everybody through the system. And they're like, well, then we got to push that guy through the system. Well, I tell you what, all the people who just got pushed through the system that quick, they're going to be pretty darn happy. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to put in 4 times the amount that the guy who pushed all them through.
Right. So when we get to a certain date, then we're on September 13th, what I was asking then is all the dates before that, those people have already been paid, or is that not true?
Yeah. So if you go to the 13th, that means everything from the 12th and earlier has been paid.
Okay. All right. And the other thing about the processor, does it look like I don't know if you guys can even answer this, but they've mentioned that we're probably going to get the processor running again this week. Does that still look like a possibility?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that answer.
We do too.
Okay. So listen, guys, this is the best program. I've been in a lot of different programs, and I think this is a fantastic program. I'm amazed how well it works and the simplicity of it. And I love the group that has got this thing going, and I'm really happy to be a part of this. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you with us. I'm sorry, Rodney. Go ahead. My bad.
No, you're fine.
What do you think? This is the last one, Rodney? Because I gotta get jetting here in a minute. I got another call.
Make this the last question, and we'll say our goodbyes.
All right.
Okay, Eric Code 718, you're the last one. Sorry to everybody else. I apologize, but we're only making these for an hour-long conference call. But feel free if you have other questions or comments. Again, go to the Achieve group on Facebook, the official group. Feel free, like you said, if you have comments or questions, that's where you need to go. If you have specific questions that involve as far as getting paid, payout process, any technical type questions, you need to send those to the support and do a support ticket. So last caller, 718, go ahead.
Okay, hi. I'm the lucky one. This is Gabriella, and I'm calling from the Bronx, New York. And I'm new to this also, and my question was, I'm looking at my back office, and it says like the active position, and it has 1. I don't quite understand what I'm reading here before me. So am I supposed to purchase more positions, or wait, it says these positions have completed all 3 levels. I don't know what any of this means.
Michael?
So you were asking, I just want to make sure I'm clarifying the question here. You're asking what the difference between active positions and retired positions is, and then the spots in the matrix on the top right. Is that correct?
Right, because it just has a number 1. It says active position 1. And I think I've joined like maybe 3 weeks ago now. And then it has the positions have completed all 3 levels. I don't know what this means.
Okay, so basically what you're looking at here is, and if you watch some of the original early videos that Troy and Christy had put out originally, what that does is when you have a position, it's going to go through 3 spots in the matrix, and the 3 spots that it goes through, can't remember the numbers right now, but when it goes through these 3 numbers in that matrix, those 3 levels, that position will have gone through the matrix, and then it will retire because you'll have been paid out your $400. So right now what you're viewing is you're viewing your first position, and it's telling you that, your position on that first level is 0 because it hasn't been paid out yet. So that's what you're looking at. Now, when it goes through and you run through the matrix, what's going to happen is that position is going to disappear from the active position spots at the top, and then another line is going to be under it, and there's going to be called retired positions. And when you click there, you're going to see that it's retired, and you're going to see that all 3 levels were paid out when you look on the top right.
All right, so then as I want to keep adding money, I just keep doing it until it just goes through the cycle.
Yeah, I mean, you can, there are the limits that they had set up, the limitations. So you just got to, you go to achieveupdates.blogspot.com. You can check those out. But yeah, you can keep purchasing positions. You'll see them show up in that active position log. And then as they start to run through the matrix, you're going to see them go into the retired, and then new numbers will pop up as you buy more positions up top there, yes.
Okay. You said go where to achieve what?
achieveupdates.blogspot.com is where you're going to go. If you want to, what you can do is you can also go to YouTube. You can type in Rodney Blackburn. You can type in Mike Chitty, or you can just type in Achieve Community Update. You're going to find one of us because we pretty much are the only ones putting out videos on it right now because, Troy and Christy, trust what we're doing there. You can look there, and we also have links to it through the videos. You can get on our Legendary Income Solutions Team Facebook group, and you can find links there. I mean, there's a ton of ways to get there, so whatever's easiest for you.
Okay, thank you so much, and have a good night. All. This was truly some good information, and I'm going to be here forever.
Yeah, you're very welcome, and we're glad to be here with you.
Okay, then good night, all.
All right, God bless. Take care.
Bye-bye.
What'd you think, Michael?
I think we've got some great people on here. We've got some like-minded individuals, and I got to tell you, some of those callers who got on there and told us their stories, especially that one woman with her husband in the hospital, it pulls on the heartstrings. But that's what the community is all about. These kind of things. I think we got some good people here, Rodney. What you think? What'd you take away from it?
Yeah, I just, I understand, again, that people have their concerns and worries about, whatever they may be. We all have them. But sure. What I took from the call is that, we're all going to get through this. I know everybody still has questions, and when's this going to happen, and how's this going to happen? It's all going to get taken care of. You just have to have faith. You have to let go, put it in God's hands. Whatever you do, that's how I do it. I say the serenity prayer, and I move forward. I create possibility every single day. I had a person come to me one time and said, these things just keep happening to me, and I was like, do you know why those things keep happening to you? And they're like, no. I said, because that's what you believe. But that's what happens. And I'm just like, yeah. I said, you realize it's a vicious cycle. I said, you believe that, so that's what happens. What you believe will manifest itself always. So, guys, just start believing in what you want for your life. Start living into a future that's not based off of your past. That's what Achieve is. It's the world of possibility. Anything's possible. And so live inside of that. It's easy to live inside the past. So that's what's exciting about Achieve. I don't care about any of the naysayers out there. I don't care about anything that somebody wants to bring negative energy to. It's like anybody can complain. And I understand that there's so much out there that we can complain about. But, guys, nobody really wants to hear it. If you got a technical question, if you got something positive to say, that's what we want to hear. We want to support each other. We want to lift people up and help them, just like that lady who was on the call tonight. Oh, my gosh. I mean, it brought tears to my eyes listening to her that, I'm complaining about this little thing and that little thing. There's a lady who is barely surviving, doesn't even have money for the medication that she needs.
And she's so thankful.
Yeah, and she's so thankful. That's a person who, those are the people you want. So that should put everybody's life back into perspective. Be grateful that Achieve is what it is and what it's doing, because it's profound. It's going to make a difference in every single person's life. It's going to touch somebody somehow. So with that being said, Mike, awesome. I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. We will be holding these calls every Wednesday. And like I said, feel free to reach me or the marketing team that I'm a part of, which is Legendary Income Solutions Team, or LIST, with Adam Perrin, Michael Chitty, Eric Peoples, Don Newman, the rest of the gang. There's so many of us who are supporting the Achieve community. Be glad to help out any way that we can. So thanks, Michael. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it, Rodney. Great job. And we'll see you all next week.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.